good coverage there for Liberty. John Davis made the stop. Did they keep the offense on the field here? 4th down and 2. Terry, they're going for it, it looks like.
And it looks like what Coach Jenkins is doing with Timmy Charles. He's getting the ball out of his hands extremely early, give him some confidence, rollouts, hitch routes, and simple slants. So let's see what they have dialed up on his 4th and short.
So on 4th down and 2, putting Ashton Stark in motion. 7 seconds on the play clock, and now we have another flag. But this time I think it's going to go against Liberty.
Prior to the snap, encroachment.
Yep.
That's going to be enough for a Bulldog touchdown.
Just a good hard count there. Derry got the defensive lineman for Liberty to jump off sides. A mental mistake that Liberty's got to try to avoid tonight. That's Carday Tate, the junior, in that 3-4 defense.
And that's a no-no from the D-lineman. You always taught when it's 3rd and short and 4th and short to always keep your eye on the football because Coach Jimmy Zachary is not going to be happy about that.
Stark in motion again, keeping it as Charles straight up the middle. Charles to the 30, 25, 20. Slips a tackle to the end zone. Touchdown. 45 yards for the freshman QB who's only 14 years old. But, boy, that was a big lift after getting shut out by St. Charles Catholic to take the opening drive here tonight and score a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
But Coach Jenkins talked about the talent of Timmy Charles, and right here, just a simple quarterback draw. And when you have a quarterback run like that, you have 10 men blocking 11 men. So that keeps Timmy Charles one-on-one with somebody. They will like that matchup, and he was able to get into the end zone. Outstanding run that time by Timmy Charles, and a great opening drive by this young football team. Talking to Coach Jenkins before the game, I said, "How you doing?" He said, "I'd be much better if we can score points." So they are getting off to a great start.
Dylan Delanouville, who hits the extra point. And an impressive start here for Lutcher. They score 3 minutes into this game as the Bulldogs lead Liberty 7-0. Let's bring in the 3rd member of our broadcast crew, and that's Steve Schneider. Steve?
For in this game, one, you mentioned it earlier, confidence. That opening scoring drive certainly gives Lutcher a lot of confidence. And this young quarterback kind of thrust into the limelight like Jarvis Landry years ago, who started for this team as an 8th grader. The other thing is physicality. Not only does Liberty have bigger guys, they like to play physical and run the ball. Lutcher's strength coming into this year was their O-line, being able to run the ball, but they've been so banged up and moved so many people around. I'm not sure how much they can execute that. And if this game is close and comes down to the wire, don't be surprised if special teams decides it. We've seen big plays in special teams these first 2 weeks. Punt returns for touchdowns in both of our games of the week.
Thank you very much, Steve. How about the job by the offensive line there, opening it up for Charles? And for some reason, Lutcher's offensive line, despite all that experience coming back. Oh, this one's a kick off the front line, and recovering it is Lutcher. How about a little surprise attack there? Dylan Delanouville recovers it as he just lined it off a player on the front line for Liberty, and Lutcher has the ball back.
And I don't know if he was trying to squib kick it and accidentally hit the player from Liberty, but it didn't matter. Outstanding job that time, and Lutcher has a lot of momentum right here. Like he tried to kick it, but it happened to hit the offensive player from Liberty that time, and they're able to recover. And they're going to get this Lutcher offense back on the field.
Well, how about Steve Schneider just telling us how special teams have been so big during the first 2 weeks of the high school football season, and that's a big play right there. And it gets a confident now Lutcher offense out on the field as Timmy Charles takes over. Now, we'll probably still see Dylan Delanouville as well, but heck, after watching Timmy Charles on that opening drive, no need to change anything up right now. 5 wide receivers in this offensive set for the Bulldogs. Charles wants to get rid of it quickly, and he does, but behind his intended receiver. And it's incomplete. So a lot of passing here early. Lutcher's already suffered a big injury this season. Chase Pittman, an all-district cornerback from a season ago, who they plan to play both ways, broke his leg in the opening game loss to Slidell. So a huge loss right there. And so they're even counting on some more younger guys here to help out. And now they run it with Jamylan Joseph. Joseph only 69 yards rushing as you take a look at the head football coach for the Lutcher Bulldogs, who's in his 10th season, Dwayne Jenkins, 73-33. Lutcher has won 9 state championships. Jenkins has been the head coach for 2 of those, one in 2022, the other in 2016. He was also at St. James for 3 years. Remember, in 2015, he took St. James to the state championship, and they lost to Lutcher that year. He was also on the staff for Lutcher State Championships in 02 and 2012. Charles is going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage, and finally that Liberty defensive line or front 7 come up and they make a stop. Kingston Duhan was the guy there, a first-year starter that wrapped him up, and then his teammates helped bring him down.
Timmy Charles was able to get the first down that time on the quarterback power. Did a great job of following his offensive line, being patient to keep this drive going for this Lutcher offense.
We saw a second ago number 67 for Lutcher, Jaden Michael. Again, he's the 3-year starter that's heading to UL following his senior season. Another first down here for the Bulldogs. And now keeping it is Charles. He's under all kinds of pressure. Can he get rid of it? Oh, he's going to get hammered, but stays on his feet. Coming up and delivering a shot was Ashton LaFleur, who's a really physical player in that defensive secondary for the Patriots, but was not able to bring Charles down. But eventually the freshman QB goes down, and it's a loss of 6.
And that time they gave him an RPO option. He pulled it. He saw something, thinking he would be able to throw the football. We have a young quarterback. When you have RPOs, that's when experience kick in, to know who to read, where not to read, to give it, not to pull it. And that time, defense did a great job of containing, ready to pick up a big loss.
Keith Joseph eventually made the tackle. Second down and 16 now here for Charles. Charles will roll to his left. Charles will throw on the run, and it's complete. A couple yards shy of the first down. That's Cade Randall, a senior, who is playing his second year of football, 2 catches on the season. He's the point guard on the basketball team, and they're trying to develop him into a quality wide receiver. 13 yards there. Timeout going to be called by Liberty with 6:30 to go before the first quarter. Lutcher is off to a great start after they were shut out last week by St. Charles Catholic. Final score a week ago was 28-0. So far, Lutcher is up 7-0. Tonight's game on the LHSAA Network is brought to you by Coca-Cola, Real Magic, and also brought to you by the Louisiana Army National Guard. Protect what matters. Also brought to you by Oshner and the Oshner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute, and by the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture. And our starting lineups were brought to you by the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture. There's a look at Dwayne Jenkins. They're not used to going 0-2 in Lutcher. They went last year. They ended up going 9-1, had a great season. Unfortunately, they had to face Cecilia in the second week of the season, or the second round of the playoffs, and they ended up losing to Cecilia in a high-scoring game, 49-41. Cecilia went on to win the state championship. In 2023, Lutcher loses to Opelousas in the quarterfinals. Guess what? Opelousas goes on to win a state championship. Another big run here, and that's into the end zone. Jamylan Joseph, 13-0 after the 32-yard touchdown run by Joseph.
You could not have asked for a better start from this Lutcher offense. That time, they take it right up the middle, play action fake, give it to the running back. Nobody is in the gap to fill that hole. We talked about it pregame, being able to have proper run fits. And Coach Zachary was worried about Dwayne Jenkins and his offense because he talked about how much of an offensive guru that Coach Jenkins is. And right now, he has his defensive liberty on their heels. They're doing a great job of mixing up with the quarterback run, quarterback pass, and that time on the misdirection to get in the end zone.
Take a look at it again. Great misdirection, and again, just outstanding blocking, just blowing up the front 7 and then the wide receivers too, Derry. Hat on a hat all the way across there. 6 plays, 51 yards, took 2 minutes and 35 seconds off the clock, and then the 32-yard touchdown run by Joseph. His longest run coming into this game, Derry, was just 9 yards, and there he bust one off for 32 yards.
Well, you see who has a sense of urgency. Liberty 2-0, Lutcher's 0-2.
Yep.
They can't go down 0-3, and so right now they coming out a little more zest, a little more pep in their step. And that time the offensive lineman, I couldn't get their numbers, but they did a combo block to open up that hole that time for the running back to get the end zone.
Well, Jimmy Zachary in his first season as the head coach of the Liberty Patriots, one of the things he's trying to develop, we talked about it before we came on air, Derry, is just the size that Liberty has on their offensive and defensive lines. But Coach Zachary's trying to get them to be more physical, and so far it's Lutcher as the guys that are the more physical team. Back to return here for Liberty as they try to get something going is Ashton LaFleur. And LaFleur actually is going to be taken by one of the up men at the 8-yard line. And on the return, it's Jonathan Harris. Jonathan Harris got it to the 24, was brought down by Derek Jackson for Lutcher. So we finally get a chance to see the Liberty offense. It took 5 minutes and 44 seconds before that actually occurred. But Bryce Preston is the quarterback for the Liberty Patriots. The junior, he's got some size to him, Derry. 6'4", 180 pounds. He's really progressed. He's done a nice job in the weight room in the offseason, but he has been very accurate so far. 16 of 19 for 250 yards and 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. Last week, Liberty had their way in a win over White Castle, 59-0, and in that game, Preston went 8 of 9 for 161 yards. Now they're spotting the ball. I'm guessing there was a penalty there that I had no idea that occurred.
And Jeff, I wonder what the game plan for this Liberty offense is going to be. The first week, Zayden Foster had 37 carries, and obviously you see the quarterback only through 2 games, has only 19 pass attempts. And with them being down 14-0, does that change the game plan? Or will they still lean on the run or come out swinging and try to throw the football on this first drive?
Believe the penalty was illegal participation, and they do go to the ground with Zayden Foster. Foster 439 yards rushing on 52 carries. So 2nd down and 5, and now we have another timeout here. Hydration break. And we'll be back after this.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
They missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
2nd down and 5. Bryce Preston able to complete the pass. That should be enough for a first down to Connor Nairn. He's got 12 catches on the season now for nearly 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's a matchup problem at 6'3". Offensive coordinator for Liberty, it's Jimmy Bush. This is a group that's really progressed since the spring after going 3-7 a year ago. Liberty lost to Lutcher 28-6 a season ago. They're down 14-0. First time the Patriots, though, have had the ball here tonight from their 50-yard line. Running off the left side, there is Zayden Foster. Great vision. He's a senior. As I mentioned, big game. You talked about it, Derry. 325 yards and 4 touchdowns against Southern Lab. The bell cow of this offense, plays with a lot of emotion. Rushed for over 1,000 yards last season, and Coach Jimmy Zachary is hoping eventually the college scholarship offers will start coming for Zayden Foster. Looking to have a big game tonight here against Lutcher. 2nd down and 6 here for Liberty. Foster again takes on the tackler and tried to push forward, but ended up getting 3 or 4 yards. Filling that hole, Dre Zubinski, a returning starter for Lutcher. They got 7 starters back on defense, and Zubinski is one of the leading tacklers from a season ago. 3rd down and 1. Last week, Lutcher could not get off the field. In fact, St. Charles Catholic in that 28-0 win went 6 for 6 in 4th down conversions, including converting on a 4th and 19. High snap to Preston, and that really ruined the entire play. No chance at all. Quickly getting back there for Lutcher. That is Colin Hastings playing both ways. A 3-year starter, a runner-up in the state powerlifting championships last season, and he comes up with a huge tackle there to bring up 4th down.
Well, with that high snap, it slowed down the process of the offense, and it gave Colin Hastings time to penetrate and get in the backfield. Huge stop that time for this Lutcher defense.
Now 4th down, so here we go. Can Lutcher get off the field? Liberty huddled up. You got 12 seconds on the play clock. They got to hurry it up. Bryce Preston's got 5 seconds here. Down to 2, calling for the snap, and did they get the timeout instead? I think they did, because I saw Preston single for a timeout. So now Liberty just has 1 timeout with just under 3 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. What a start here for Lutcher, Derry.
Lutcher's doing an outstanding job. Like we talked about it earlier, the standard at Lutcher is to win a lot of football games, and they have an outstanding history, a prestige history with a lot of great players that come to that program. And Coach Jenkins has carried the torch these past few years, and for them to start off 0-2, they're not used to that position. And tonight, they're showing what the old Lutcher Bulldogs are about.
Jimmy Zachary in his first season was the head coach at Opelousas for 5 years, led Opelousas to a state championship in 2023, the first state championship in school history. He's 42 years old, just needed to find a new challenge, like the idea of trying to build something here at Liberty, loved the administration, also loves the competition that he'll be playing in this district, the likes of Zachary and so forth. So called it an SEC district, and he wanted to be a part of it. Flag flies on the far side, so we'll see what that's all about. I wonder if Liberty was even set.
Encroachment, defense number 47, 5-yard penalty, was also in the 1st down.
Well, unfortunate penalty there for Lutcher, as Bo Guzman, a linebacker, ends up being offside, and again, another 4th down converted against this Lutcher defense.
And sometimes when you know it's 4th and short or short down in distance as a D lineman or on the ball linebacker, you want to kind of creep up to the line of scrimmage to get a quick start off the ball. But that time, kind of got in trouble a little bit and allowed Liberty to pick up the 1st down.
Penalties have really helped out Liberty on this drive. Remember, he had the illegal participation penalty on the kickoff, and they're getting a 1st down on 4th down. Nowhere to run there for Zayden Foster off the right side. Good job by that Lutcher defense. Let's give you a look once again at the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation starting lineups. For Liberty, Preston, Foster, Brandon Verrett, Connor Nairn, Miles Zachary, the wide receiver. Dylan Coleman is a senior tight end. Caden Kirst, Ruben Kilborn, Lerone Butler, Harlan Cyprian, and Aaron Hitchens, 6'5", 330 pounds. Big kid there on the right side of the line. for the Liberty Flames. Liberty Patriots, 2nd down and 8. Good run here by Foster. Foster into the clear. Foster to the 10, to the 5. That's going to be a touchdown for Liberty. Zayden Foster.
Well, on that run, you see what Coach Zachary is talking about, the ability of Foster that time. Had a lot of penetration in the backfield. He stayed patient right here, and the ability to jump cut is something that you can't teach as a running back. Anytime you can jump cut and continue to move forward, that's something that you're gifted with. And that time, Foster showed off the skills, was able to get in the end zone and get some life back into this Liberty football team.
Great block by Aaron Hitchens. And now the extra point try. And the extra point is no good. They miss it to the right. So Hussein Salam misses the extra point, but a great run here by Zayden Foster, his 7th touchdown of the season.
Outstanding job. Even Coach Zachary was talking about this Lutcher defensive lineman, how well they play and how well they get off the football. And that time they were able to get penetration in the backfield, but the vision and the speed and the jump cut that time by Zayden Foster was able to elude that, picked up a big touchdown for this Liberty offense. So let's see now if their defense can make a stop against this explosive, newfound Lutcher offense.
Well, we may have a high-scoring game on our hands here, Terry, because you got some explosive players for Lutcher, and then Liberty, Zayden Foster, he looks like the real deal.
He does, and talking to Coach Zachary earlier in the week, he has no idea why college coaches are not looking at him yet. Coach Zachary has coached a lot of running backs. Deshaun Ford-Appaloosa is somebody he's seen up and close and personal, who's one of the best running backs in the state. And he said Zayden Foster is right up there with some of the best running backs he's ever coached. So if he continues to stay the course, continue to put up numbers, I assure you somebody in the right situation will come knocking on Zayden Foster's door.
Sean Ford now over at ULM. Back to return, Ashton Stark, along with Johnny Jones. Johnny Jones has got to go run for it. Johnny Jones can't stay on his feet. That knee hit the ground, and of course in high school football, as soon as that knee hits the ground, you are down. And so Lutcher starts deep in its own territory at the 6-yard line. Let's watch it again.
Right here, just lost his footing. I thought he was probably going to let it go out of bounds and pick up a penalty, but that time he thought he can field it, and elbow hit the ground first, and his knee came with it. So right now, we're going to see the youthfulness of Timmy Charles and see if he can drive the length of the field for this Lutcher offense and see if this Liberty defense can kind of pin their ears back and get some pressure. Yeah,
they're going to stay with Timmy Charles. I think eventually here we're going to see Dylan Delaneville, but so far Charles is 4 of 6 for 36 yards and 3 rushes for 42 yards.
If he continues to move the ball, I don't know if you want to mess up the rhythm. He's doing an outstanding job of getting his offense in great position.
From the 6-yard line now for the Bulldogs. Give it to Jamil, and Joseph bounces it to the outside. Joseph now staying on his feet all the way up to the 31-yard line before taken down by Bryce Turner. Another good run by Jamil and Joseph, the junior running back. They've been waiting for him to get it going. 25 yards there.
Great vision that time by Jamil and Joseph. Started to his left. He saw the hole to his right, was able to jump cut, get into that gap, got upfield, and right now, this Lutcher offensive lineman is doing whatever they want to this front from Liberty High School.
Great offensive line with Jaden Michael, Colin Hastings, Logan Bourne is the center. Quantez Joseph getting the start tonight instead of Caden Long. Big run here for Timmy Charles. Charles still on his feet into Liberty territory before stepping out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And this Lutcher offense, all of a sudden, you can't stop him.
You can't. Again, the quarterback power, they probably ran that play 7 times tonight already. But when you get a quarterback run, you get a hat on a hat. And that leaves the quarterback one-on-one with the defender from Liberty. I'm pretty sure Lutcher would take that matchup every single time. And this offensive line is getting an incredible push on this front 7 from Liberty, doing an outstanding job. And right now, this Liberty defense needs to dig deep and be the aggressor.
23-yard run. Right now, the Lutcher offensive line is just blowing up this front 7. Charles rolling to his left and finds a man open. Trying to make a move out in the open field was Johnny Jones, but he was tackled immediately. Dylan Nation, who's a good cover guy, plays very well, smooth out there, a defensive back senior, 10 tackles on the season. with 5 PBUs made the stop. But a good gain on first down for Lutcher. They picked up 7 yards, and Liberty is going to use its final timeout of the first half here with 47 seconds to go in the first quarter. Let's take a break with them. Lutcher is up by 8 over Liberty. Week 3 of the high school football season.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard, part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com.
Lutcher's up by 8, looking for more. Jeff Palermo, Derry Beckwith with you, along with Steve Schneider down on the field. You're watching the LHSAA Network from the Olympia Stadium in Baton Rouge. And Lutcher's offense has been moving here tonight. Spinning away from the defenders is Joseph. Flag flies in there as he got a first down, but let's see what the penalty is all about. Lutcher so far 131 yards rushing prior to that snap. Jamila Joseph, 3 carries, 66 yards for a touchdown. He came into tonight with just 69 yards rushing in the first 2 games of the year.
What number we have?
Still waiting on the call from the official. Looks like it's going against Lutcher.
Holding. Offense number 19. 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
Penalty was downfield, and of course it's a spotted a foul penalty. One of the wide receivers, Johnny Jones, committed that holding penalty. So second down and 4 now for Lutcher at the 40-yard line. Charles will keep it. Charles dancing in the backfield, and he's got the first down. He's got some great moves back there. He's hard to bring down.
I mean, for a 14-year-old, he's showing so much maturity, composure, and discipline in that backfield running the football. That time he had a sea of red defenders in his face. He was able to get out, pick up positive yards, and keep the chains moving for Lutcher.
Number 11 got 11 yards on that carry. First and 10 at the 29. Dwayne Jenkins has been waiting to get everyone on the same page here offensively, and somebody for Liberty lined up in the neutral zone. As Joseph is up to 76 yards, Charles.
Encroachment. Down.
Charles is up to 76 yards rushing on 5 carries.
We're going to replace 1 untimed down.
I know Coach Zachary cannot be happy with this Liberty defense right now. They're not being physical. They're getting pushed around. And on top of that, they're compounding it with a lot of penalties and mistakes.
This should be an untimed down. I think that, or let's see.
Clock to 2 seconds. Please reset the play clock to 2 seconds, okay?
So they put 2 seconds on the clock.
There's the whistle. Here we go.
From the 24-yard line for the Bulldogs. And then the clock, does it run?
Sideline warning
Yeah.
for Liberty. This is their first sideline warning.
Well, we have a sideline warning
Yards will be involved.
on Liberty. And now I think we're just going to end the first quarter. A first quarter that Jimmy Zachary is not happy with. His defense has no answers so far for this Lutcher offense that came into tonight's game struggling. Patriots trying to get a big win at home, but they're down by 8 on the LHSAA network.
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard, part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Jeff Palermo, Derry Beckwith with you from Olympia Stadium in Baton Rouge. Lutcher leading Liberty 14-6 and looking for more on the LHSAA network. Lutcher 186 yards of total offense. In that first quarter, 150 of it coming on the ground, and that is not making Jimmy Zachary in his first season as the head coach of the Patriots a happy man. 56 yards for Liberty. 5 total turnovers penalties, 5 total penalties and 1 turnover for Liberty on that onside kick. Right up the middle, too easy for Joseph to the end zone, another touchdown for the Bulldogs. Jamila Joseph goes for 24 yards that time.
And Jeff, I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but right now in this Lutcher offense, it's looked like they're in pregame and they're running plays on air. Because right now, this Liberty defense is not giving them any pressure, any push up front. And Joseph is just having his way. He's on the way to a career night. They're doing a good job in this Lutcher offensive lineman, but right now there's no fight in this Liberty defense. It looks like this offensive line, the running back and the quarterback from Lutcher is taking the wheel right now from this Liberty defense.
The extra point is going to be good by DeLonville, and Lutcher offensively just cannot be stopped. Again, gaping holes for Joseph to run through.
And right that time, the center from Lutcher, number 6'8", Logan Bourne, did a great job of getting the nose guard turned around. Anytime as an offensive lineman, you're able to get your body turned, you know you're getting great push. And that time he ran right off above the center and got in the end zone.
5 carries for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns for Jamila Joseph. Let's send it down to the field and Steve Schneider.
Guys, I could kind of see this coming yesterday. I stopped by Liberty's practice, and Jimmy Zachary was not happy with this, guys. Yes, you want effort, you want physicality, but the emphasis for him was lining up in the right place and then fitting on the runs. And let's just say there were a lot of up downs over and over because he couldn't get his guys to recognize formations, line up in the right place, and then fit for the runs.
Things he talked with us about as well earlier in the week. You got to fit correctly, need to line up right. But this defense getting lit up right now as Lutcher has been very good. You got to pick it up at the 21, and they do. On the return here for Liberty, that is Jonathan Harris. A flag ends up falling there. We'll see what that's about, but what a drive for the Lutcher Bulldogs. That time 94 yards on 6 plays. It took them 2 minutes and 10 seconds to get into the end zone.
You would think with a young quarterback to drive the length of the field would have been tough.
Yeah.
But right now he's growing up right now before our eyes, and looks like he's taking the horns of his offense and the reins of his offense.
Against the return team number 68. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Now Liberty's going to have to go a long way to score a touchdown, as that was a legal block in the back on the kickoff return. So to the 16-yard line is where Liberty will start this drive. Lutcher's defensive line certainly has been struggling. They've lost a couple of key players from a year ago, Rashard Sterling and Marcus Gibson. Rashard Sterling's over at Houston. 17-yard line is actually where they mark it. They go off to the left side. Zayden Foster on the carry. Put 20 pounds of muscle on himself during the offseason. They also have a backup running back that we may see in this game as well. Abednego Stevens, who ran it well against White Castle last week.
And the way this game is going, Liberty offense has no room for error. They need to execute at a high level and move the ball very efficiently to get some points on the board, whether it's a field goal, preferably a touchdown.
Second down and short. Foster gets another carry, that time maybe a yard. Good job defensively. Coming up and making a play was Derek Jackson. There you take a look at Derek Jackson. Setting up the third down play. So far tonight, Liberty's 0 for 1. Lutcher not only missing Chase Pittman, an all-district cornerback who's out for the season with a broken leg. They were hoping to get Preston Arbonavit back tonight, but he is still out. Third down and 1. Keeping it is going to be Preston as he turns the corner, and then he'll run out of bounds. Angling him out of bounds was Derek Jackson, but another first down for the Liberty Patriots.
That's a good job that time by Bryce Preston of getting to the edge, picking up a first down. They had this Lutcher defense outflanked to the short side of the field, and they took advantage of it.
He's been making a lot of great decisions for this Liberty team. He can make all the throws. Again, he's only a junior, so I know Jimmy Zachary pretty excited to have an opportunity. Not only that, when you get a chance to come to a new school, you get to deal with or your starting quarterback as a junior. Gets you. There's a flag that's going to fly. A lot of pre-snap penalties so far in this football game, and this is going to be offsides on Lutcher.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense, number 72, 5-yard penalty, first down.
So the 5-yard penalty makes it first down and 5 for Liberty. And that's Caden Parquette, who's really one of the best players on defense here. He just stepped into the neutral zone as he was shifting from one end to the other. You don't see defensive linemen shifting too much like that, Derry.
No, you don't. And Coach Zachary talked about Caden Parquette early in the week and how disruptive he is on the defensive line. And right now he's shifting again, so let's see if he can get some penetration.
Well, they run it in his direction, and Foster turns the corner. Foster down the sidelines, tripped up inside the 30-yard line by Derek Jackson. And Zayden Foster having himself a big night as well, as Liberty trying to keep pace here with this Lutcher offense.
So that time this Liberty offense shifts to a heavy set. They did a great job of sealing the edge, and that time Zayden Foster was able to take advantage of it and pick up a big first down for this Liberty offense.
Nothing happening that time for Foster after the 30-yard run. He gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Coy Ruiz, a returning starter, really made a nice stick there on Zayden Foster, a gain of about 3.
And Jeff, both offensive linemen for both teams are doing an outstanding job. And if you're the defensive coaches from either staff, you're not happy about the defense. And Liberty's moving the ball at an efficient level. They just haven't had the ball enough tonight.
Well, these are just 2 veteran offensive lines you have here. Aaron Hitchens, we talked about him. 3-year starter, Harlan Cyprian. There was another flag there. They call a delay a game on Liberty. But getting back to my point, Lerone Butler is a 2-year starter. Caden Kirst, Ruben Kilborn. Kilborn is really the young guy there on that Liberty offensive line, a sophomore. So now it's second down and 15 after the delay a game penalty. They come up to the line here. There's only 8 seconds on the play clock. shift. And they run opposite of the shift, bouncing off a couple of tacklers and then getting stood up by Dre Zubinski. Foster got those 5 yards that they just lost and a couple more beyond that. And it's 3rd down, but probably 4 down territory as they have the football at the Lutcher 29-yard line.
You know, on the last play, they got a lot of yards when they did shift and they ran behind the double tight. But that time they went to the opposite side to make sure Lutcher overloads to the right. They come back to the left, but Lutcher did a good job of staying at home.
So 3rd and 8 for Liberty. Let's see what they decide to do. Wouldn't be surprised if they just kept it on the ground and see if Foster can't rip off another long run. Nope, they're going to throw it with Preston. He winds up going deep, and the defender tackled the receiver. That's the only way you can put it. I mean, they go into Nair, and Kenai Price just decided, you know what? I'm not going to let Nair catch this ball.
Anytime as a DB, if you're not in position, the best thing to do is don't let him catch a touchdown. Just do a pass interference. At that time, he just ran through his body. You did see he was beat. He was not able to make a play on the ball.
Pass interference.
Did the second best thing is to pick up a pass interference and give his defense another chance.
Result on the 1st down.
So 1st down and 10 at the 15-yard line. And Liberty is back in business, down by 15. Foster right up the middle. Good push there. Outstanding job by the Liberty offensive line once again to create a push right up the middle to allow Foster to get ahead of steam.
Let's stick it with Zane Foster. You know, you get down 14-0 early in the game. You come out throwing the ball, and right now they're still giving it to the bell cow, sticking with the game plan in the first half, and get some points on this board. Obviously, they're not out this football game by a wide march, but again, doing a good job driving the football, Jeff.
2nd down and 5. Nice move there by Foster to avoid the defender in the backfield, but I think there's going to be a holding penalty there. Man, a lot of laundry so far in this game. Jody Levine again.
Holding. Offense number 72. Any off from the previous spot. 2nd down.
So the holding penalty on Hitchens. Here's a look at Hitchens. 6'5", 330 pounds. Flexible, can squat. And certainly a guy that could play at the next level. So 2nd down and 11 at the 17-yard line. Preston over the middle, complete, and into the end zone, touchdown. Well executed play by the Patriots as Connor Nair catches the pass from Bryce Preston. His 7th touchdown pass of the year, a 15-yard strike to Connor Nair, who found the end zone for a 5th time this season, and looks like they'll go for 2.
Great read that time by Bryce Preston on his RPO. Able to see Nan right there on the slant route. We call it a hot route. He just basically replaced where the defender was and get in the end zone for this Liberty offense.
So the Patriots to go for 2. I don't know if we're going to get a stop in this game, Derry. These two offenses right now are about as automatic as you can possibly be. Foster for 2, yes. And it's back to a 7-point deficit for Liberty as their offense continues to respond. The question is, can the Patriots defense stop Lutcher? And I'm not sure what the answer is there.
So it's a track meet. So this is the Olympics, 100 meters, 200 meters, 4x1, 4x2 relays. And right here by Preston, great read. Coach Zachary talked about him, how smart and cerebral he is, and he always makes the right decisions. That time, wonderful decision right here. Foster gets in the end zone, a Mack truck could have went through that hole and able to pick up a two-point conversion and just 7 points behind him. And see if this Liberty defense or somebody defense can get a stop.
You're a former defensive guy. Are you hurting right now watching this? Does this make you want to cry a little bit?
No, I'm vomiting on the inside. I mean, at some point, as a defender, the worst thing as a defender, you can take up maybe somebody giving up a lot of passing yards, but to run the football, to me, that just shows you're not being aggressive, you're not taking it personal, you're not being physical. At some point, they got to get out there, get off a block, and make a tackle.
Hussein Salam on the kickoff. And here comes the return. And this is a big return for the Lutcher Bulldogs, all the way up to the 50-yard line. And on the return was Jalen Joseph. He's doing it all. 38 yards on the return. Outstanding field position for the Bulldogs.
Special teams has been key tonight, especially for Lutcher. And this time, get a good job, hit the hole hard, get some field, and put this offense in a great field position, which if you're Liberty defense, you don't want to give any more advantages to this Lutcher offense.
Just a little catch-up here for Liberty. That was a 9-play, 84-yard drive, 4:41 off the clock after Lutcher went 6 plays, 94 yards. First down and 10 at the 50. So, yeah, let's see what the Patriots do. And they run it. Joseph's going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. That's the Liberty defense Coach Jimmy Zachary wanted to see here tonight. Good job by those Patriots. They got 8 starters back on that defense. This is a veteran group. It should be a proud group, too. And nothing happening that time. Stopping him right there in his tracks for Liberty. Number 31, that's Jamie Covington. He is a guy that is one of their best players on that defensive line, a 3-year starter. He's got 4.7 speed, and he is someone that has blown up opposing offenses in the past. Second down and 10. Now they run it to the near side and keeping it and getting dragged down to the turf. That was a nice open field tackle. They gave the football to Ashton Stark, but he was dragged down here. Stark trying to foul his blocks and ended up being tackled by John Davis, and that brings us to a hydration timeout. Big third down coming up here for the Bulldogs. They're up by 7 on the LHSA network.
At Breck Golf, our courses are your courses. A place for family and friends to come together, to enjoy the great outdoors, to work on your swing, or get in the game. It's all just minutes away. With convenient locations around the parish and online tee time bookings, it's easy to find your next hole-in-one with Breck Golf.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
Third down and 7 here for the Bulldogs after the hydration timeout. Joseph is going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. Another good defensive play by this Liberty defense that has woken up Kingston Duhan, a first-year starter who's been very good. 16 tackles on the season along with 3.5 sacks. Makes a big tackle there, bringing up 4th down. And it looks like Lutcher's keeping the offense on the field.
We see the difference on this drive. This D lineman from Liberty is getting a lot of penetration, and they're getting upfield, using their hands, getting off blocks, and causing a lot of disruption.
Joseph and Charles in the backfield. Charles, I think Lutcher needs to call a timeout as Dwayne Jenkins is not happy over on that far sidelines. were having a hard time trying to get lined up. Timmy Charles was kind of running around all over the place, and Coach Jenkins is letting his frustration known. Well, join us on the LHSA network once you're done watching your games on Friday night for the 1-hour football highlight show that covers the entire state of Louisiana from Bossier to the Bayou. Friday night in the boot, we'll have it all, so make sure to watch every Friday night. This fall, starting at 11 p.m., make sure to catch the show on the LHSA Network Live channel or watch it live on the Gulf Coast Sports and Entertainment Network. So 4th down and 7 at the 47-yard line. Big play in this game with Lutcher up by 7. Keeping it is Charles. Charles is not going to get there. They shut him down. Kingston Duhan. Also there, Jamie Covington, and the Liberty defense finally has shown up here tonight. And that was Covington who made the tackle, along with Dylan Nation.
Great job that time and great response from his Liberty defense. Obviously, the whole first half, you couldn't stop a nosebleed running the football. But to come together, come on this drive, man down and make some big plays, exactly what they did. I know Coach Zachary is extremely excited. A lot more work to do. Now let's see if this offense can capitalize from this defensive pressure that was just established.
Derry, did you see any kind of defensive adjustments that Liberty made there on that drive?
I did. On the first play, instead of a 3-man front, they went to a 4-man front. Then the next 3 plays, they went back to that three-man front, running a 3-4 defense. So I think on that first play, it kind of confused the Lutcher offense. They went back to their front, but it's just about a want to, Jeff, and they wanted to on the last series.
And that pass is too high for Connor Nair. Good coverage that time by Jace Ferrygood. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. As they were trying to hit the home run ball there after their defense made a nice stand. As you take a look at Bryce Preston, a smart kid who's made some great decisions, rangy, athletic. He's very long. He's had to do a lot of growing up, but Coach Zachary really likes how this kid is progressing. Preston so far tonight, 2 of 3, 19 yards and a touchdown. 2nd down and 10. Low snap, a ground ball basically to him. And there's now the Lutcher defense standing up strong. Dre Zubinski making the tackle. Let's take a look at Lutcher's starting lineup, brought to you by the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation. The voice of Louisiana agriculture, Dylan Webster, Elijah Fobb, Caden Parquette. That's your defensive line. Coy Ruiz, Dubinsky, the linebacker, Bo Guzman, Kenai Price, and then in the secondary, very good start, Jackson and Braden Krumholz, a junior. So far tonight, Liberty is 1 of 2 on 3rd down. This is 3rd down and 9. Preston, they set up the screen, and nothing happening, blown up there. Great job defensively now by the Lutcher Bulldogs. That was Dylan Webster who made the tackle. And when did these two defenses show that? Was there a bus that came here at 7:30 and brought the real defenses on the field?
It's almost like they're having a competition. Okay, you let them score, we're going to let them score. You make a stop, we make a stop. But a good job that time by this Lutcher defense and for Dylan Webster to read that screenplay, get sideline to sideline and make a great play and see if they can get this ball back into Lutcher's offense, see if they can get something going.
Hussein Salam with the first punt of the game tonight for the Patriots, and he gets it away. Good high punt, and the fair catch was called. They had twin safeties back there, and I don't know if I saw a very good call for the fair catch, but I did see Ashton Stark, the other safety back there, call for it, but still decent field position here for the Bulldogs.
He had a lot of room to run. I'm not sure why he called fair catch. It may be something that they work on no matter what to call a fair catch, but he did have a lot of room to field that football and possibly pick up some yards.
Dwayne Jenkins said the pieces are here with this team despite the 0-2 start. They just need to be patient. They're playing hard. A lot of guys are learning on the job. Felt like that they had a great group of kids and just needed to stick together. And then when it really matters in November and into December. This team is playing its best football. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line, and again, not much running room, but a good job at least by Joseph to push the pile forward a little bit for about 4 or 5 yards. Kingston Duhan there on the tackles. You take a look at Jamila Joseph, who can be a really physical back. Trenton Cheney, who's now with the Raging Cajuns. He was the running back a year ago, and they lost a lot of good, talented players from this Lutcher team last year. But again, only lost 1 game, and that was to Cecilia in the playoffs. Passes out to the flat. Stark is hit immediately. Nation on the tackle, and it's 3rd and long.
But both these defenses are coming alive, and they're flying around right now. Good job by Nation that time, getting off a block from Johnny Jones and getting that backfield and making an incredible open field tackle.
We'll see what happens on this play, Derry, but I don't know. You don't see too many games where both offenses are dominating, and it almost somebody flipped the switch, and it's a complete reversal here. So 3rd down and 7 now for the Bulldogs, coming up on the 2-minute mark before halftime. They're going to run the option, the pitch out to Joseph. Joseph running downhill. Takes a hit as he gets out of bounds at the 46. That's enough for a 1st down, and Lutcher will keep this possession going.
Great execution that time on the speed option. Good job, good pitch, good vision, good hands, and pick up a 1st down. And the most important thing, he got out of bounds to stop the clock.
9-yard run. And when I say he was running downhill, Derry, he is running downhill. This is one of the few high school football fields that still has a crown. And you're really, when you're going towards the sidelines, it is the ground level's dropping on you. Charles, he's gone the whole way here at quarterback for Lutcher. Gain of about 3 or 4 as they got the ball out to the far side, and Ashton Stark, who's a really explosive player, 45 catches coming into this game during his career at Lutcher. He's got all the skills, good student too. 3.5 GPA, he goes both ways for this Lutcher Bulldogs team. Charles gets the guys up to the line of scrimmage. Bulldogs have 2 timeouts to go. Low snap, picking it up. The pass is a little high for the receiver. Looking to get the ball to Cade Randall.
I wonder, Jeff, we had a few bad snaps tonight. I wonder if the crown on the field is giving these centers problems. They used to play on a flat surface, but I wonder if that crown is giving them problems trying to hike the ball and just a different elevation that they're used to.
3 of 5 is Lutcher on 3rd down. From the 50. Keeping it is Charles right up the middle. Charles there's a flag there. He's 2 yards shy of the 1st down. And we'll find out what the call is.
There's a whistle on the field before the end of the play here. Here comes the call. Official sorting it out.
This is going to go against Liberty.
Waiting for the call here. Here comes the call.
Foul, face mask, defense number 9. 15-yard penalty from the end zone results in the 1st down. To start the ball.
So John Davis commits the personal foul penalty, number 9. There he is. He's grabbing the face mask with that left hand. That is now 6 penalties for Liberty, 5 penalties for Lutcher. 1st down and 10 at the 30 here for the Bulldogs. Quick pass on the slant. Receiver takes a hit, but keeps moving forward to get the 1st down. A little bit slow to get up there, but Ashton Stark, he's going to be okay. 1st down now inside the 20-yard line. Still plenty of time here for Lutcher, and again, they have 2 timeouts to work with.
And Timmy Charles that time hit Stark on the slant route. Good efficient route. Keep the chains moving.
Timmy Charles has looked really sharp here tonight. Charles now going to the end zone, and he overshoots his receiver.
Pass intended for number 9.
He was trying to get the football there to Carmon Johnson, who is small but quick. And he's another freshman, almost had a freshman connection in week 3 of the season for Dwayne Jenkins.
That time he had Carmon Johnson in the slot, just kind of overthrew him. Did have him open that time, but that's a throw that the older Timmy Charles gets in the near future, he will be able to make that throw and zip that ball in there.
Lutcher has scored 3 touchdowns, but this is the first time they've been in the red zone tonight. Charles keeps it, and he's up to the 11. When does Dwayne he'll use a timeout there. I was wondering when Coach Jenkins would use a timeout, and he did right there. Well, coming up at halftime, we're going to hear from one of my good friends, Lee Burkeem from Louisiana Football Magazine. He's here tonight watching the game. And we'll also have a feature on the round table run at Episcopal last week. That's cross country. We'll have Spencer Verrett on a report. And we'll show you some first half highlights. We'll show you some stats. So a lot to get to here from Olympia Stadium as we kick off week 3 of the football season. The Liberty Patriots, 2-0 start. Started off with a great win over Southern Lab, beating the Kittens 41-28, and then they put a whooping on White Castle 59-0. After this game, they'll be on the road for a couple weeks at Salmon, at Bogalusa, and then district play starts when you play the likes of the Catholic High Bears, Zachary, Central, Scotlandville, Woodlawn. How about that? Catholic, Zachary, and Central back-to-back weeks. Passes to the end zone, knocked around. Did he get a hand on it? And he caught it. Touchdown, Johnny Jones. What a grab in the end zone for 11 yards.
Jeff, they may go on the You Got Moss segment Sunday with Randy Moss. Great job that time by Timmy Charles, seeing Johnny Jones on a fade route. Again, mismatch. Johnny Jones did an incredible job of climbing the ladder, attacking the ball at the highest point, and snatching out the air. That shows signs of a great receiver, outstanding catch, and a great drive that time from this Lutcher offense.
The extra point was no good, but this is a sophomore, Derry, first year playing football, making a heck of a play over Dillon Nation.
If college offensive coordinators see this, they'll be salivating at the mouth to get this guy on campus. I had the ability, the privilege to play against guys like Julio Jones and A.J. Green and all these guys, and the ability for them that made them so good that they attacked the ball in the air. They didn't wait the ball to come to them. And that time for a guy not to play football, to have the instincts and the wherewithal to get that ball and grab it out the air. Tremendous play that time by Johnny Jones, and he deserves to have a big smile right now.
Great drive there by Lutcher to get another touchdown on the board. They did not convert on the extra point. 10 plays, 66 yards, took 2:44 off the clock. Now Liberty will get the ball to begin the second half. Could you somehow do a 2-for-1 here, try to score quickly before halftime? Now, you don't have any timeouts. You used all your timeouts in the first quarter. Going to be returned from the 15 to the 30 and up to the 36-yard line for Liberty's Dillon Nation. So 1st and 10 there for the Patriots. And we'll see what Bryce Preston is made out of. He's got some good wide receivers as well. Great first half by Zayden Foster. He ran for 325 against Southern Lab in week 1. Tonight against this Lutcher defense, he's rushed for 105 yards and a touchdown. So another big night for the senior running back, number 29, Zayden Foster. At the 36-yard line for Liberty, Preston. It's got time, and it's complete. Connor Nair. He's got some height to him as well, 6'3". They'll move the chains. That stops the clock. Hurry up offense here for Liberty.
And the throws that you make, Jeff, you want to have throws to the sideline, not in the middle of the field, because it keeps the clock going.
He's just going to throw this one up for nobody, and it's going to be out of bounds by the time Ferrygood catches it. Ferrygood not able to keep a foot in bounds. It'll be 2nd and 10. And really maybe only 2 plays left here for Liberty and a long way to go.
I think on that first play, did a slant route, but again, it was in the middle of the field. Anytime you're a 2-minute offense and you have no timeouts, everything should be to the numbers. The throws should be to the numbers. That way they'll be able to get out of bounds to stop the clock. So having a 2-minute offense is all about execution. And on that first play, I think it kind of messed up this drive.
From the 46 here for Preston. Pass is complete in there and again, and he's tackled inbounds. He got the first down, so that's able to stop the clock momentarily, but you better get up to the line of scrimmage here because that clock, or spike it, one of the two things. I think they're going to down it here. And they do just get it off. Nice job with 1 second on the clock here at Olympia Stadium. So at the 45-yard line, what do you do here? We'll see what kind of arm Preston has, or you try some kind of hook and lateral or something like that.
We're going to find out how strong his arm is, and like I said, they may do a hook and ladder. It looks like it's an incomplete pass.
Believe it or not, there is a play in the playbook for this situation.
Now they got Johnny Jones back there for defense in case they do throw a jump ball. Oh boy, running for his life is Preston. Able to get away from the defenders. Now zips one, and it is going to be, is that picked off? Doesn't really matter whether it was caught, whether it was incomplete, whether it was intercepted, just for the statistics basically. And that's the end of the first half. Great first half for Lutcher. Last week, they were shut out by St. Charles Catholic. Tonight, they explode for 4 touchdowns in the first 24 minutes of this one. And they're feeling good about themselves as the Bulldogs are looking for their first win of the season. And they got off to a fast start in this one, scoring 2 touchdowns before Liberty was able to get on the field. Let's send it down to the field and Steve Schneider.
All right, we're here with Dwayne Jenkins, and Coach, you made a lot about the confidence of your team coming into this game. How do you think some of your young players and your offensive line are feeling about confidence now?
I think we playing the way that we expected them to play. This is the guys that we said we believed in. This is the type of guys we thought we had on offense. It was just about getting everybody together and executing a lot better. I don't think anybody on that offensive side was real happy with the way they played over the last 2 weeks, and it hurts when you've been as good as we've been on offense. And those guys have waited that turn to get this opportunity, and it wasn't the performances they needed to have the first 2 weeks, and they came out firing on all cylinders tonight.
Our guys are saying it was almost like 2 different games. It was a track meet in the first quarter or so, and then the defenses showed up.
Yeah, we need our defense to stand up. Zayden Foster's a heck of a back, and he's a load. We got to do a good job of containing him. And offensively, we just got to keep moving the ball and keep plugging away and hopefully keep putting scores up.
Thank you. Good luck in the second half. Guys, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Steve. Thanks a lot to Coach Jenkins. Fun first half here at Olympia Stadium. 27-14. Plenty of big plays. Coming up, our halftime show from Baton Rouge.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, Our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
The start of school means the start of new sports seasons, which unfortunately can mean injuries. Too often, sports injuries are treated with opioids, leading to addiction among our youth. And drug addictions can cause overdoses and deaths. If you're injured, ask your doctor for medicines and therapies that don't use opioids. And if you're struggling with opioid addiction, we can offer treatment. Opioid addiction is a losing game. You can help. Learn more at realhelpvr.com. That's realhelpvr.com.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Oh, we're at halftime here at Olympia Stadium, and right now rocking the house, it's the Liberty Magnet Marching Band. Lutcher looking for its first win of the season, and they lead the 2-0 Liberty Patriots 27-14. Earlier this week, it was the Episcopal Round Table Run here in Baton Rouge, and our own Spencer Verrett was there, and here is his report from a great day of cross country.
Cross-country action at Highland Road Park for the first time this year, the Round Table Run, giving athletes their first chance to see where they stack up against their competition. A hotly contested boys race won in the end by Catholic High sophomore Augustin Juneau. The Bears also the winner in the team standings in the event, for the boys beating out Episcopal in second.
It feels great to be able to be the number one in the race. I think the hard work's definitely paying off, and I'm so glad I got to come out here and compete with all these very fast people, and I'm glad I could grow closer to my teammates in the process, and overall just have a good time out here. This team is definitely a brotherhood. We pray before every run, we play after every run. We grow closer to our brothers when we run. The pain, the suffering, it brings us together.
Finishing in third from the Lafayette area was Emerson Cullen, the David Thibodeau Bulldogs, the defending champs from last year's state meet in Division II. Cullen hoping this team can gel together to make another run at a title.
I liked how I finished. The start wasn't, like how I would have wanted it. Just felt sick through the first mile, but feel like I stuck with the front pretty well. But I know I can do better next week. So. Takes a lot. I try to forget about it because I think my mind, just puts too much focus on it. But whenever I just zone out, I know I feel better. So.
The girls' race was much of the opposite. Mount Carmel senior Stella Junius dominated the race from start to finish to claim victory. The Cubs finished second in the team standings, and Junius likes where her team is heading in 2025.
There was a man yelling at me 100 left, and I knew there was not 100 left, more, and I was like, oh my gosh, this sucks. And then he yelled out 17:31, and I was so angry because I want to break 18. Usually I was expecting another runner to be in this race that I was going to be with, so I took off my watch and I was like, I'm going to race her, focus on her, but then I didn't see her, so then I was like, oh my gosh. So then people started yelling out times to me, and I was like, okay, this is where I'm at, and they were I think they said 11:57 at the 2 mile, and I was like, okay, yeah, I know where I'm at. So I kind of just went off that. I think we could have done so much better than we did. And we have two new runners on this team, and they're really good. They really are passionate about the sport, and I'm just I'm so grateful for them coming in because they really want to do well in the sport, and it's their first year, and they're already like, this is their first race and they're doing so good. And it's like I'm really excited for like state and like the rest of the season just to see how like my teammates go.
And the winner for the meet, the St. Joseph's Red Stickers. Coach Mark LaHaye and his girls continue their dominant run in state, led by freshman Hannah Schneider, who finished 6th overall.
Well, the course was like really nice. Like I've never seen it this nice ever. So I was like, okay, well I have to like really like do my best. Like it's never gonna be like this all the time. So I really tried to get out fast, and like everyone was there. It was like really like anxiety because it's like my first race, but like I feel like that really got me far into it. It's so uplifting, and like I couldn't think of a better like place to be because like everyone is so nice. Like Coach Mark is like so like he's on it, like he knows what he's doing, and like it really helps us like really improve, and that's why we're doing like really good.
A great first Saturday in Highland Road Park for the year. Reporting for the LHSA Network, I'm Spencer Verrett.
At Breck Golf, our courses are your courses. A place for family and friends to come together to enjoy the great outdoors, to work on your swing, or get in the game. It's all just minutes away. With convenient locations around the parish and online tee time bookings, it's easy to find your next hole-in-one with Breck Golf.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard, part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
The LHSAA Network TV app features a 24/7 live channel as well as on-demand content with all the high school sports you want, and it's totally free. The app is available for download on TV-connected devices, including Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. It's the only place where every day is game day. Download the LHSAA Network TV app today. Back at halftime here from Olympia Stadium in Baton Rouge, where the Lutcher Bulldogs looking for win number 1 on the season. They lead the Liberty Patriots 27-14 as we continue with our halftime show on the LHSAA Network. And my good friend Lieber Keene has stopped by our broadcast booth here at Olympia Stadium, and this has been a fun one so far. Of course, Lieber Keene, the longtime publisher of the Louisiana Football Magazine and the Sports Scouting Podcast, sports. You got to do it for me,
Sports Scouting Report with Lieber Keene. That's okay. You got it.
I knew
it's
I was
on
going to mess
YouTube.
it up.
YouTube, yes, sir.
I knew I was going to mess it up.
That's
But
okay.
hey, you travel to state. You see all these teams. You
Yeah.
see 2 or 3 games a week personally and watch a lot of film. Let's talk about some of the guys that have really impressed you, starting with let's go with the quarterback position first of all. Over at Turling's Catholic, they always seem to have good quarterbacks. Alex Munoz is the latest.
I like how he's a dual quarterback. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball. You know, his dad is a coach. His dad coached Burrow. He's the quarterback's coach on the 19 national championship team. His dad's back at UL as a coach. And I just love that he's just a great competitor. He's like a Doug Flutie.
Yeah.
You know, and there's every now and then there's that guy that's not big, but he's 5'10 and a half, 11, and he can play. I just like him.
Well, let's stay in the Lafayette area. How about the wide receiver at St. Thomas More, Christian Bro?
You know, STM's always going to have a wide receiver. You know, Jack Besh, and you've had many over the years, Javon Walker. This guy can run. He's tall. He's 6'2". He's a punter. He's an all-state punter. So I think he's got a chance to be a two-position signee. And these guys get 1 year at STM. They got so many wide receivers.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and you're right. They've always are loaded at the wide receiver position. Let's flip over to the defensive side of the football. Linebacker that you really like, Nolan Zenon over at St. James.
Nolan, to me, is the best linebacker I've seen in Louisiana in this class. If you talk about recruiting, you know, he's 6'1", 210, and he can fly, and he will hit you, man. He reminds me of Derry Beckwith.
Yeah.
Same kind of build, but he's always 120% every play. He reads, he reacts, he dominates that game. He's the unsung hero of St. James. Look right here. I mean, he just comes out, he hits outside, he can cover inside. He's all over the place. I think he's an SEC linebacker.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Who are some of the other guys that have really caught your eye at this moment when it comes to, especially guys in the senior class?
Cullen Clark, a tight end at Ruston High School. He's 6'3", 230. Again, a one-year starter. Phenomenal guys. 4'7" in the 40. Can run, can block. I think he's a John David Moore type. Remember John David came out of Ruston, walked on LSU, became a star. He's going to get bigger. I love this guy, Cullen Clark. Also, West Monroe, they got a kid named Baylor Graves at 6'5", 270. He's an H-back tight end. That's scary, Jeff. He's an H-back. And no fat on him, runs a 4'9", first-year starter, senior. I think he's an offensive tackle guard at an LSU. That level, he's coming on. He's that guy you're going to hear about a lot soon.
Again, tell us about the podcast.
Go to the Sports Scouting Report podcast on YouTube with Lee Burkeen. And look, if you watch Cox 4 for many years, I was on 13 years. If you're over 40, hit that subscribe button and follow us and like us, because we got a lot of followers, and we need those guys to do that to help us.
Do the same thing for the LHSA Network channel as well when you get a chance on YouTube. Because many of you are watching the game on YouTube right now. We'll be back after this. Good seeing you, Lee.
Thank you, man.
No one ever thinks they'll be in this position. Buying medication online could put you here, or here, or here. Counterfeit pills and other illicit substances are being laced with fentanyl, and fentanyl kills. It's 50 times stronger than heroin. Medical professionals can't even tell the difference between a real pill and one that is fake. At least not until they do your autopsy. Don't take anything online that doesn't come from your doctor. Buying online can leave you flatlined.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard, part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com. sportsindustry.com.
Lutcher Bulldogs came out tonight inspired, ready to play after getting shut out last week against St. Charles Catholic. Here in the first 24 minutes of this game, they put up 4 touchdowns. Their offense at one point looked unstoppable, and they lead Liberty 27-14. Jeff Palermo and Derry Beckwith with you from Olympia Stadium. Really impressive first half. A lot of big plays in that first half for Lutcher, Derry.
Nobody wanted to play defense in the first half, obviously. So these teams did a great job offensively moving the ball. And the quarterback from Lutcher, the young freshman, was outstanding in the first half. He was composed, took control of the offense, made some great plays with his feet, great plays with his arm, was able to get around the edge. And look, took some hard hits in the first half, but did a great job of getting back up and getting this offense in the field. And right here, the misdirection play to the running back up the middle, getting the end zone, and that's another touchdown from there. And for Liberty, they did a great job as well running football in the first half, but Lutcher was able to get some penetration defensively, and great run right here by time by Xavier, and get in the backfield and get a jump cut and get to the end zone. And again, right, a wide open hole again for the running back from Lutcher. You can send a Mack truck through it, and again, Liberty, Xavier getting it to the outside, picking up positive yards for this Liberty offense and doing an outstanding job.
Kickoff to begin the second half as Liberty gets the ball down by 13, and on the return here for Liberty, Ashton LaFleur got up to the 34-yard line. Let's take a look at the first half stats, and they are brought to you by Coca-Cola Real Magic. And first downs were pretty even, but the rushing yards, Lutcher rushed for nearly 200 yards in that first half. They also had more passing yards. The total yards for Lutcher, 268. Very good for the Lutcher Bulldogs. They've only been averaging 292 yards in their first 2 games. A lot of penalties, though, in that first half, 11 of them combined. We'll see if they can cut down on that. So, again, Liberty has the ball to begin the second half. Bryce Preston was really good, 6 of 8 for 51 yards and a touchdown, and he also had 1 carry for 9 yards. Meanwhile, Foster, who just got the carry, Zayden Foster, got 6 yards on that carry. 13 rushes for 105 yards. And then the leading receiver, Connor Nair, 3 catches for 33 yards and a touchdown. But Zayden Foster got 13 carries in that first half. There's a good chance he'll run the ball 30-plus times here tonight, Derry.
It is, and you have to give him the ball. You don't want to get away from the game plan. This is an important drive for this Liberty offense to put something together and drive down the field and pick up some points.
Second down and 3. Foster, patient run here. Should be enough for a first down, and it is. So let's now send it down to the field and Steve Schneider.
Guys, Jimmy Zachary, pretty dramatic with his team there as the halftime was winding down. He would walk. I'm still waiting for the Liberty Magnet team to show up. And he'd take a few steps, and he'd say, I'm still waiting for the team to show up. He wants to clean up the defense, the missed tackles, and the penalties.
Thank you, Steve. This is a big drive for Liberty. With its defense struggling to stop Lutcher, they need to score here on this drive. Foster got 2 yards. Elijah Fobb, he's a good player on that defensive line for Lutcher, came over and made the stop on Zayden Foster. What do you like about Zayden Foster's running style, Derry?
I like how he's patient, and when he sees the crease, he hits the crease. Anytime you have a running back that's extremely patient and has great vision, they always have an opportunity for success, and that's something that he does. He doesn't waste a whole lot of time in the backfield. Once he sees it, he gets downhill. And the ability, like I said in the first half, to jump cut but still gain yard is something that can't be taught from the running back position.
Second down and long for Liberty. Let's see if Lutcher's defense can shut him down again. Good hard run by Foster. Broke through one tackle. Carries a defender to the 45-yard line. That's a first down. Jace Ferrygood. He'll need to pay a bus fare. He took quite a ride there on Zayden Foster's back.
And another thing, he's extremely physical. He keeps his feet running right. He drags the defender for an extra 5 yards and picks up a first down.
To the 45-yard line. Liberty back into Lutcher territory. Liberty got down 14-0 before they finally got the football in this game. They did respond finally with a touchdown. So they've been as close as 7. Foster, 17 carries for 121 yards. And he's got more right here. Breaking a couple tackles to the end zone. Zayden Foster. Someone recruit this kid. Touchdown, Liberty. They're going to say he's actually down at the 1, but boy, on our camera angle, it sure looked like that ball crossed the plane of the goal line. 44 yards, though, on this jaunt by Zayden Foster. I don't know how he's not in the end zone, but doesn't matter. Quarterback sneak is in. Bryce Preston, and that is a touchdown for Liberty, and they're back within one possession again.
You got to feed Zayden Foster down the 1 yard line. He got you down there, but looked like he did cross the goal line. But again, we talked about his vision, his patience. He did a great job that time of following his offensive lineman, following his blockers. And when he saw the crease, he exploded like a rocket and was able to put Liberty in position to get a touchdown.
6 plays, 66 yards, 3:05 off the clock. Bryce Preston now will hold for Hussein Salim. And they miss another extra point. That's the second time they've missed one here tonight. We've seen 3 of them missed in this one. Lutcher has a 7-point lead. Water break here for Zayden Foster, who's out there once again cooking in this one. Let's take a look at that run again by Zayden Foster.
Right here, see the patience. He hits the hole. Once he sees the crease, he explodes out, makes the man miss. Anytime I have a running back on the safety, I'm going to take Zayden Foster in that matchup all the time. But that looks like a touchdown, Jeff.
Yeah.
So, but again, they were still able to punch it in with Bryce Preston on a quarterback sneak.
The high school spotlight is in its 3rd season and airs live on Wednesday at 7 p.m. on the LHSAA Network Live channel. The high school spotlight features all the top stories in high school athletics from around the state in all LHSAA sports. 27-20. Fun game tonight here at Olympia Stadium. 2 talented offenses. Lutcher's finally waking up. How about St. Charles Catholic? They're off to a great start. We saw them in week 1 in our LHSAA network game. They held Newman to a touchdown, and then they blanked this Lutcher team. Sure looks like Wayne Stein has himself a championship caliber team once again. Good return here for Lutcher's Jace Ferrygood, a junior. Great field position for the Bulldogs from the 45.
Let's say this Liberty defense to kind of pick up where they left off in the second quarter. They were able to get in the backfield, get some penetration. And to Steve's point earlier, he talked about Jimmy Zachary challenging his team, walking and saying, when is this Liberty football team going to show up? So he does like to challenge his football team. It looks like they responded to that challenge defensively late in the second quarter. Let's see if we can carry over on this drive.
How about the freshman, Timmy Charles? Really outstanding first half. 9 of 12 for 69 yards and a touchdown. Also ran it 7 times for 84 yards. And then Jamilon Joseph came in with just 69 yards rushing in 2 games. Had about 115 in that first half. Timeout, Liberty. And I have to imagine they're just not lining up right. This is what Jimmy Zachary talked with us about, talked with Steve yesterday about lining up right against this Lutcher offense. We'll be back.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
1st and 10 here for Lutcher after Liberty had to use a timeout on its first defensive play from scrimmage at the beginning of the second half, and the timeout, I don't know if it helped any because they still end up getting 9 yards on that carry. As Jamilon Joseph, as I mentioned, 115 yards in the first half, also had a 38-yard kickoff return. Leading receiver for Lutcher in that first half, Johnny Jones, 3 catches, 29 yards, including a spectacular touchdown catch. Other than that one time where Lutcher started at its own 6, they've had outstanding field position so far in this football game that starts their drives. They got 2nd out and 1. And good job that time by the Liberty defense. They haven't won many battles in this game, but they won one right there, a loss of 3, as they broke through that veteran offensive line that Lutcher has. Carday Tate, he's got a good motor, he's strong. And Coach Jimmy Zachary says there's a lot to unlock there, and he made a nice play. A loss of a yard, 3rd and 2.
And at that time, they made the adjustment at 4 down linemen. That's the second time they've had 4 down linemen, and they were able to get in the backfield. Let's see if they continue to go to their front.
So from the 47. Low snap. Charles will keep it. He's got the first down. And then he'll be escorted out of bounds at the 40-yard line by Ashton LaFleur. A first down for the Bulldogs.
Right here, a good job of getting to the outside, picking up a first down. And Liberty that time loaded the box, had 8 men in the box. And the thing about having 8 men in the box, Jeff, if they ever get to the second level, it's all she wrote because he's going to score a touchdown. So this Liberty defense has to make sure that they do not get to that second level. And also, it puts you in a peculiar position because you have no safety help. So it's interesting if Coach Jenkins and his offense at some point take a shot in the middle of the field if they continue with this 8-man front.
Nice blocking, too, by Ashton Stark on that run by Charles. Charles looking to his right, zips one, and behind his receiver, Ashton Stark. 2nd down and 10. Just 3 incompletions for Charles in the first half. Came into this contest 11 of 19 for 128 yards with a touchdown and an interception. Has a good chance to throw for more than 128 in this football game, and he's also ran the ball well, too. Had only 28 yards rushing so far this season, 84 here tonight. 2nd and 10 at the Liberty 40-yard line here for the Bulldogs. Up by 7, 3rd quarter on the LHSA network from Olympia Stadium in Baton Rouge. A fumble in the backfield. Who has it? It's a wrestling match for it, but I think Charles got it back. A loss of 3. Really the first time tonight that Charles looked like a freshman quarterback.
Right there, just couldn't hang on to the mesh point. Held the ball a little bit too long, and he was fortunate enough to fall back on that football.
I mean, Jamie Covington was right there. So 3rd and 13 here for Lutcher. Can Liberty's defense get off the field? Lutcher was really good on 3rd down in the first half, 4 of 6. Cade Randall is the wide receiver to the near side. They rush 4. They go to Cade Randall. It's a one-on-one matchup, and it's incomplete. Good coverage by Ashton LaFleur. A lot of hand fighting down the near sidelines. As you get a good look at it from our camera crew, but if you're going to call a penalty on anyone, you might have called it on the intended receiver.
Nicely played by number 22. That was Ashton LaFleur.
Great coverage that time by Ashton LaFleur. And it was a great read by Timmy Charles. He knew he had the one-on-one matchup. Took a shot, but that time Ashton LaFleur did a great job of keeping his body turned and forcing the wide receiver to the sideline and getting a turnover down for his Liberty defense.
Dylan Delanaville, who's taking punting duties this year for Lutcher, punting for the first time. It's bobbled. It's on the ground. Who's got it? Do the Lutcher Bulldogs have it? It's a touchdown, Lutcher. Second big special teams play game of the night. And there's just no reason there for Liberty's Ashton LaFleur to handle that punt inside his own 5. Coming away with the football for Lutcher and scoring the touchdown. Big moment for that young man, Braden Krumholt.
We talk about it every week. You know, we always put an emphasis on offense, defense, but if your special teams are not special, this is what happens. You had the kickoff return, you botched that, missed the extra point, and then this right here.
This is going to be a touchback.
Disaster.
Wow. Huge break there for Liberty. So no touchdown on the play because it was a muff punt. But, boy, Jimmy Zachary not happy at all with Ashton LaFleur trying to handle that punt inside his own 5-yard line. Boy, Liberty's going to be jumping over a snake here on this play, but it is the correct call. It's on a muff punt. If it ends up in the end zone, you just call it a touchback.
Touchback was the call of the play. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Liberty. Let's get the ball
So
back.
because the ball went into the end zone in high school football, as soon as the ball goes into the end zone, it's a touchback, regardless of who falls on top of it. Just like if it was on a kickoff, if the ball gets into the end zone, that's the play. So the play is technically dead right there before Krumholt was able to get his hands on it. That's the rule in Federation high school football.
So he has to recover the ball before it gets in the end zone. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. But once that ball got in the end zone, it's a touchback.
Well, that's a big break for this Liberty team.
Oh, man, it's huge.
Golly, it's a huge
It
break.
is huge. Yeah, so if he recovers it at the 1. So as soon as that ball breaks the plane, that was the touchback. And Jimmy Zachary's team now, how about this, is as bad as everything has gone for Liberty tonight. A lot has not gone well. Their defense hasn't played great. They've had some special teams miscues. But they got the ball now with a chance to tie this game in the 3rd quarter. And they give it to their main man, Foster, another first down. Dre Zubinski on the tackle, but Zayden Foster, another big chunk there, 12 yards. We have the hydration timeout. This game is starting to heat up as Lutcher leads Liberty 27-20. Tonight's game on the LHSAA Network brought to you by Coca-Cola Real Magic. Also brought to you by the Louisiana Army National Guard. Protect what matters. Also brought to you by Oshner and the Oshner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute and the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture. Jeff Palermo, Derry Beckwith, and then Steve Schneider down on the field. Glad he could join us as we begin week 3 of the high school football season. Lutcher and Liberty. Lutcher comes in winless. Liberty, a perfect 2-0 record after winning just 3 games a season ago.
Everything that could have gone wrong for Liberty has gone wrong, but like you said, Jeff, for them to still be in this football game only down by 7, this talks about the character and the integrity of the football program and not to give up. And obviously, Coach Zachary having a championship pedigree, bringing a state championship to Opelousas a couple years ago, and still in discipline and still in accountability. And that's something that this Liberty football program desperately needed. And right now they're being tested, but they're getting through it and putting a couple drives together and playing a little bit more fire coming to the second half.
Jimmy Zachary has coached in the Baton Rouge area before, a defensive coordinator at East Ascension. He's a former nose guard for Grambling, played for Doug Williams and Melvin Spears at Grambling. Also coached, and also really knew Michael Roach quite as well, who was the head coach at Southern Lab and Madison Prep for many years. 7-yard gain there on first down. So Foster now up to 189 yards rushing here tonight. 2nd down and 3 at the 39. Big Liberty offensive line. Foster got hit at the line of scrimmage. Coy Ruiz was able to fill that hole, and it's a 3rd and 1 here.
And both these defenses have no respect of the passing game. If you see these two safeties from Lutcher, how close they are to the line of scrimmage, it's going to be interesting to see if Liberty tries to hit something over the top. You usually get a play action to pull them down even deeper, see if they get a post right over the top. But right now, Lutcher is so concerned with this run game, they're giving no attention to this pass game.
Well, Coach Zachary, when I asked him about the run-pass ratio, he says whatever it takes to win. If we got to throw it 100 times, we will. If we got to run it 100 times, we will. 3rd and 1. They run it here, and he didn't get it. Stop right at the line of scrimmage, and the main guy on that defensive line for Lutcher, Caden Parquette, blew that play up. The 3-year starter, a force in the middle of that defensive line for Lutcher, makes the play here, Derry.
Right here, Caden Parquette does a good job of splitting the defender, getting him backfield. We haven't heard his name a lot, but I think that's because Liberty has been paying a lot of attention to him. And so that's a good job of getting the backfield.
Well, they gave him a generous spot there. That's a 1st down. How about that? To the 42-yard line.
Something called home cooking, but that's,
wow.
that's a
I
first
did
down.
not see that because he got stopped, but he must have reached far enough to pick up the 1st down. So a big break again for Liberty.
It's like Space Jams and Monstars, they stretch their arms a little bit further.
So at the 42-yard line. Foster just bouncing off guys. He gets about 8 yards there. Yeah, I don't think Liberty's going to get very fancy here, Derry. If they can keep it on the ground with Zayden Foster, and they're just going to tell Lutcher, we're going to keep running this young man until you stop him.
And he's getting stronger and stronger as the game goes along. And as a defender, that's the worst-case scenario when the running back is just as fresh in the 3rd quarter than he is in the 1st quarter.
Coming up on the 3-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 3. 199 yards rushing now for Foster in this one. Foster gets it again. He is met, though, that time. He only got a yard. Going down low was Coy Ruiz. When you went up against a big back, Derry, obviously you tried to go down low, but what was your thought process when you knew you had to try to bring down a big running back?
Hit him hard as you can. I mean, that's
you didn't think about it too much.
No. You can't think about it as a defender. If you think too much, you're not going to be successful. You have to obviously play hard, play physical, wrap them up, drive your feet, and hope the other defenders come along and help you, and just be a man and have a want to have a will to make sure that I'm going to win this one-on-one battle every single time.
Liberty is 2 of 4 on 3rd down. Ball placed right at the 50. Keeping it is Preston. Preston bounced all the way to the outside. Did he get enough for the 1st down? Chased out of bounds by Lutcher's. I don't have a number 70. Oh, you know who that is? Number 77. That's Quantez Joseph getting some action on defense. And that is enough for a 1st down. They're barely getting enough for the 1st down here on this drive, but they move the chains again to the 48.
Football is a game of inches.
Yep.
And that time, Preston.
And that was a nice job by Bryce Preston. You don't have the yardstick on the near sideline, so he just knew he had to pick up a couple yards and was able to do it.
Extremely intelligent, smart player. He always, because Zachary's right, he makes the smart plays every single time.
Preston's going to, he loses the football. He's in a world of trouble and a huge loss. Big time loss there. Parquette along with Quantez Joseph.
Jeff, I'm telling you right now, I talked about it earlier. See how those safeties playing up and they ran the post route across the field? I talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
If he does not lose that ball, he has 9 wide open on the post route. So the coaches saw the same thing we saw, those safeties creeping up, play action, make him come up even more, hit a post right over the top that time. I think he got a little bit too excited. He saw that he was wide open. If he holds on to that football, he hits 9 across the middle, and then I think he hits his head on the goalpost.
80 degrees on a humid night in South Louisiana, and Preston loses the football, and he loses 13 yards on the play. 2nd and 23. They'll try to make something happen here. And a floater out to the far side, a minimal gain there, a few yards. They still got a long way to go now. Ashton Stark made the stop as they were able to get Miles. Zachary was the man that caught the football. And Zachary's a kid that runs a lot of good routes. He is the son of the head football coach, Jimmy Zachary. Third down. And this will be about 17. Got 7 seconds on the play clock. This could be the final play of the third quarter. Preston. Pressure coming. And he just dumps it off at the last second, but that's not going to get him anywhere near a first down. Gregory Cook caught the ball, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So what was a promising drive by Liberty ends, or at least we believe it ends, because they'll probably punt on 4th and long because of a fumble. We'll be back after this on the LHSA Network.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
The LHSAA Network TV app features a 24/7 live channel as well as on-demand content with all the high school sports you want, and it's totally free. The app is available for download on TV-connected devices, including Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. It's the only place where every day is game day. Download the LHSAA Network TV app today. Back here at Olympia Stadium, Jeff Palermo along with Derry Beckwith and Steve Schneider down on the field. They got to punt the football here, and it's going to be fair caught at the 18. "35-yard punt. And Lutcher has the ball back.
It's a big drive for both teams, for Lutcher offense and for Liberty's defense. If Lutcher can put together a great job, eat some time off the clock, and get to the end zone, they probably put this game away. But if Liberty defensively can get a quick 3 and out and get this ball back into the offense, back into his offense hands, it'll be a great win for them as well.
Liberty outgained Lutcher in that third quarter, 86-12. 6 first downs to 1. 1st and 10, and we have flags before the snap, an illegal procedure penalty.
Here it comes. Ball starts on the Bulldog. 5-yard penalty. We're going to replay the game.
Right there, that's on the left tackle, Jaden Michael. The pre-snap penalty, that's something that can't happen and have to be disciplined and get corrected.
First penalty for either team in the second half. We saw a bunch in the first half. Low snap here, and nothing happening there for Timmy Charles.
Second big play tonight from linebacker John Davis. That time did a great job of scraping outside and keeping his shoulder squared, making an outstanding open field tackle.
So 2nd down and 15.
Late arrival.
Score at halftime was 27-13. 27-14, excuse me. Timmy Charles, he's going to wing one over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Cade Randall. And it's 3rd down and 15. Amazing here, Lutcher's offense. This is what it must have looked like the first 2 weeks. And right now, just 7 total yards for them in the second half. They're 0 for 3 on 3rd down in the second half.
If I'm Liberty right now, you got to be careful for a quarterback draw or a screen or anything like that. So we want to make sure that you stay disciplined and get great pursuit to the football.
0 for 3 is Timmy Charles passing the football in the second half. Charles got some pressure, steps up, directing traffic, now throws. He's got him in. That should be a first down for the Lutcher Bulldogs. What a play by the freshman QB. Found LaAndre Booth, a sophomore who can be really good. 6'2", 175 pounds. Great play, a freshman connecting with a sophomore.
Great job that time by Timmy Charles, the young freshman quarterback, keeping his eyes down the field, breaking the pocket. Anytime you break contain, that secondary breaks down as well. They didn't keep their eyes in the right position. He was able to hit Booth with a big play in first down for this Lutcher offense.
At the 44-yard line, Charles will get a few yards, maybe 4 or so, to the 48-yard line.
Jeff, let's talk about the composure from a 14-year-old kid on 3rd and 14 to not be rattled, not get beside himself.
Low snap.
Keep his eyes down the field and make a heck of a throw.
Second and 6 here for Lutcher. Running is the Joseph. Jamilon Joseph stopped 2 yards shy of the first down. So 3rd down and 2. Jamie Covington, the tackle. Big play coming up here. Lutcher up by a touchdown. 9.5 to go. Timmy Charles has gone the whole way. They've been swapping out quarterbacks through the first 2 weeks, but it's been Charles, as he's been very good here tonight. Right up the middle, and the forward progress is going to be enough for a first down. Good job by both sides of the ball there. Joseph running hard enough to get the first down. Liberty made it tough on Joseph to get that first down, but they do move the chains.
Good job by the nose guard, Carday Tate, to get penetration that time and stop the running back in his tracks, but he was able to keep his feet moving. And Joseph did a great job of getting the first down for this Lutcher offense.
So now Lutcher 6 of 9 on 3rd down. 46-yard line. Stark in motion. Joseph. Not happening there. A lot of red jerseys around the football, and that's what you need to do. You're going up against this offense, leading the charge there again, Carday Tate. Coach Jimmy Zachary talked about how he loves this young man's motor. He's really come into his own. Gain of 2 yards there.
You know, defense, Jeff, if you see a lot of one-on-one tackling, that's not a good thing from a defensive standpoint, because that lets you know that guys are not pursuing to the football, they're not playing hard. But right now, ever since that second half, moving forward, they're getting a lot of more red jerseys to this football when this Lutcher offense runs it.
Quick pass out to Stark. Stark trying to turn upfield again. A lot of red jerseys in the vicinity. Dalen Dorsey, a former receiver. Number 13, you see him in your screen, a junior. 14 tackles on the season. And a 3rd and long here for Lutcher. Again, they're 6 of 9 on 3rd down. It's 3rd down and 7. Under 8 minutes to go. Bulldogs trying to pull this one out.
Let's see if Liberty brings some pressure right here and try to get some on Joseph.
The bad snap, and the Lutcher's lucky they got it. So I'm not sure what happened there. Logan Bourne who's the state powerlifting champion for the 275-pound weight class. He's the center. He was out week 1. That's another reason why this offensive line has really failed to click during the first 2 weeks. They've had some injuries here, and they've been rotating guys in and out. And for whatever reason, the snap never was able to get to Charles. Delanaville's punt, fair catch going to be called, and this time handled cleanly at the 13. Nice job by Ashton LaFleur, and Liberty, 7:06 to go, down by 7. Well, starting this fall on Sundays at 6:30, you can catch Game Changers, which showcases the athletes and coaches making waves in Louisiana high school sports. And don't forget, you can always watch the archive episodes on demand on the LHSAA Network TV app. Glad you could join us here on the LHSAA Network, Week 3. Next week over in Donaldsonville, Ascension Catholic and Dunham. That should be a fun one. Elijah Haven for Dunham. Congratulations to Pop Houston, the great junior quarterback for Evangel Christian, committing to LSU on his birthday. They shut down Zayden Foster on that carry. Not many times has this Lutcher defense been able to do that, but Elijah Fobb and company were right there to meet Foster at the line of scrimmage.
How many opportunities is Liberty offense going to get tonight?
Right.
At some point, you're going to have to move the football and put some points on the board and try to tie this football game up. And for Lutcher defensively, continue to try to get some penetration for those down linemen. Parquette and those guys had to try to finish this game strong.
We thought we were going to see both of these teams score in the 40s tonight, the way this game started, and now it has turned into a grudge match. Foster, can he get the outside? Great job defensively for Lutcher's Derek Jackson. Cut him off at the pass. Loses about 5 or 6.
Good job from Derek Jackson from his safety position. Right now, right there, number 43 just kind of whiffed on his block, but Derek Jackson was able to creep inside, make a shoestring tackle on an outstanding running back.
You're looking at 3rd and 16 here for Liberty. And the hydration timeout, I think, comes at a good time here for Liberty. So we'll step aside from Olympia Stadium here on the LHSAA Network.
At Breck Golf, our courses are your courses. A place for family and friends to come together to enjoy the great outdoors, to work on your swing, or get in the game. It's all just minutes away. With convenient locations around the parish and online tee time bookings, it's easy to find your next hole-in-one with Breck Golf.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
Big 3rd down and 17 for the Liberty Patriots. Jeff Palermo, Derry Beckwith, Steve Schneider on the LHSAA Network from Olympia Stadium. Can Preston make a play here? Pressure coming. Preston goes downfield into double coverage. Flag flies. So there's this 15-yard penalty. This is not going to give them the first down. Let's see.
Right there, look on the post route, and their cornerback kind of gets underneath and barely makes contact.
That's the second time Jace Ferrygood is just basically.
Defense number 12. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 3rd down.
Yeah, see, not in high school football is that an automatic first down.
Yeah, like 20. They caught it on 12. Looks like 21 made contact towards the end. He had no need to really run into the receiver. The ball was way over his head, overthrown. But look, that comes with experience, and again, that comes with vision and knowing where the football is.
So who do you think is getting the ball on 3rd and 2, Derry?
Let me guess. Let's see. I'll take Zayden Foster for 500, Jeff.
All right. I think you're right. Here he comes, 3rd down and 2, takes on the defender, and he's got the first down to the 25-yard line.
Jeff, I take PayPal, Venmo, direct deposit, Zelle, Stripe, any of those things will work.
Good job by Caden Kirst and one of the offensive linemen there for Liberty, pushing that defender out of the way so Foster can get the first down. Man, it's amazing how this game, I don't know if these offensive guys just got tired or what when they were just marching up and down the field for much of that first half, but it's been a very different kind of second half. Lutcher hasn't scored any points in this half. Liberty just a touchdown. At the 26-yard line. Not as much running room as there was before for Foster, and they're rallying to the football. Coy Ruiz leading the way that time for the Bulldogs.
And you talked about it, Jeff. I'm seeing a lot of fatigue from the O-line and D-line. A lot of guys land on the ground, not standing on their feet. So fatigue is definitely kicking in right now, and it's still extremely hot in September. So this is where conditioning and that summer program really comes into place.
28 carries for 199 yards for Zayden Foster. He looks a little gassed as well. Short week as well, playing on a Thursday night. 2nd down and 8. Foster running hard here, drags a tackler for about 5 or 6. Good tackle that time by Kenai Price.
3rd down and 3. Outside at the 33-yard line.
Good look at that Liberty offensive line and see if they get the ball to Zayden Foster again, if they can get a good push up front.
3rd down and 4. There's Foster again. I think he has found his second win here. He's running a little harder, Terry. I mean, where he got under 4 minutes. This is what you want, right? 1-score game, under 4 minutes to go. Liberty trying to pull off a big win. I asked Coach Jimmy Zachary, I mean, let's face it, Liberty's been a program that's really struggled since it started playing football about a decade ago. They have not had much success. They had Caleb Jackson here. Had one good season with Caleb Jackson. Jackson barely played his senior season. Foster bouncing off tacklers. But I asked Coach Zachary, I said, hey, you guys beat Lutcher, even though Lutcher is 0 for 2. Is that the biggest win in school history? And he said, yeah, this would be huge to beat a blue blood in high school football in the state of Louisiana. It would really show that Liberty's here for real. Now, they're going to have other big matchups coming up. As I mentioned, they got a brutal stretch where they play Catholic, Zachary, and Central 3 consecutive weeks. But this would be a nice feather in their cap if they could pull it off. But they're facing 2nd down and 10 here. Foster, man, he's running hard. But those big gaping holes that he had earlier in the game are just not there anymore, as Lutcher has made the proper adjustments. What have you seen Lutcher do here defensively on Foster?
I think what they're doing defensively is just creating more penetration from the D-line. Anytime you want to stop the run game, if your defensive lineman can get penetration, they kind of mess up the whole flow of the offense, and it allows your linebackers to float freely and not take on blocks. Anytime a linebacker has to take on a block from a 250-pound or 300-pound lineman, they're not going to win that matchup a lot of times. You want your linebackers running freely and making plays, and I think that's what's happening in the second half.
Liberty 4 of 5 on 3rd down in the second half. Preston, anybody open? He's got to get rid of it. He just heaves it up there, and it's caught. How did he make that play? My goodness, he ends up finding the H-back some way, somehow. Gregory Cook catches it. First down, Liberty.
Great job that time by Bryce Johnny Manziel Preston. Going back to the Johnny Manziel days, backyard football, running around, keeping his eyes downfield, and making a big play. And Coach Zachary talked about how smart, how cerebral, and how intelligent this guy is, and that time it was on full display.
Wow, what a play there by Bryce Preston to keep the drive alive. Let's watch it again.
And right here, doesn't see anything, and he like, throw it away. He keeps his shoulder squared and throws it across his body, which is a no-no in football. Asked Nussmeier when he did it last week and just threw the ball across his body. But right there, he was able to make a play, and Johnny on the spot, number 43, was able to pick up a first down.
And a nice catch by Cook, too. He had to go down a little bit, make the play. Now, Liberty only has one more timeout. And I think that was a good timeout to call. That was, again, we're at the end of the game here. You got guys that are tired. You just had your quarterback running all over the place. Needed everybody to catch their breath. 9-play, 38 drive right now for Liberty. 5:19 has been taken off the clock in this fourth quarter. 1:47 to go. Liberty fans, they're on their feet here, looking for the huge win. And that pass is complete. Miles Zachary to the 32-yard line. Now the passing game opening up here for Bryce Preston. 17 yards on that completion.
It's amazing how one big play can kind of just change momentum and change the energy right now. And this Liberty sidelines, these fans are really into this football game.
Foster on the left hip of Preston. He'll get the football. Uh-oh, look out. Caden Parquette is a one-man wrecking crew. That is a huge play by the Bulldogs defensive tackle. The senior needed to make a play, and he makes a humongous play.
Well, he talked about it, that this guy's extremely impressive, and that time he makes an outstanding play. He looks like a young Glenn Dorsey.
Yes, he does.
Wearing the number 72 in the purple and gold. His build, the way he celebrates even. It's incredible. It's almost like identical. I need to ask Glenn, do you have a cousin, anybody that goes to Lutcher? I mean, he looks just like Glenn Dorsey.
Yeah, purple and gold from EA to Lutcher, same thing.
Making big-time plays.
Dwayne Jenkins didn't know that the first win would become so hard to get this season after winning 9 games last year. But it's never easy when you have two good teams going at it here tonight. I think Liberty has certainly shown that it's a potential playoff team, despite the difficult schedule they'll face in district play. But there's still a chance here for them to pull off the win. You got second down and 18. That was an 8-yard loss. Well, fans on both sides getting into it here with 1:17 to go. They want to set up the screen. Instead, they go deep. Man open. Caught at the 9-yard line. Beautiful grab by Jonathan Harris. What a throw by Bryce Preston.
Good job that time by Bryce Preston, keeping his eyes down the field. Sees the man on the 9 route, turns around, comes back to the football, makes an incredible catch.
They down the football with 66 seconds. 32-yard pass play between Preston and Harris. Wow, what a play. I thought they wanted to try to get the screen going there just the way it was a jailbreak into the backfield.
That's what I thought, Jeff. I said, it's definitely a screenplay, but it wasn't. Yeah. The ability to throw the ball down the field with
off his back foot,
2 men in his face, and to come with a big throw. These last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter have been extremely exciting.
First and goal at the 8 now. Foster to the left of Preston. Does he get the football? No timeouts here for Liberty. Here's Foster. Foster being stretched out. Foster turns upfield. Down he goes at the 5. You got under a minute to go. You got time here if you're Liberty. Second and goal. No timeouts for Liberty. Second and goal at the 5. Third and goal, excuse me. Is it third and goal? Third and goal. Yeah, that's right. They downed it once they got down there. So third and goal at the 5. 2 plays here for Liberty against this Lutcher defense. Foster again, up the middle to the 1. The ball comes out, but he was down. He was down. The clock is rolling. 20 seconds. They got to get up. Fourth and goal at the 1. Oh, we got an injured. Foster is down. Looks like it might be a cramping issue. He's not going to be on the field for this so important 4th and goal at the 1. Oh, and that might have been a fumble. That might have been a fumble. Jackson might have popped that thing loose before his knee went down. Oh my
man.
goodness. It's close.
That's so close. I don't know if this elbow when the ball was coming at the same time, but that was so close right here. Like, looks like they're going to have to.
4th and goal, and I think Lutcher's going to burn a timeout. They'll use their last timeout. Let's look at it one more time. Let's see here. Man, I think that's a fumble.
Yeah.
I think that is a fumble. What a play there by Derek Jackson to punch it out.
A great shot that time by the cameraman to see
man.
that. That
How
was
about our
outstanding
crew here
shot.
at the
That is
LHSA
a wonderful shot. You know, obviously I know they have instant replay in the state championship games, and sometimes you wish you had in the regular season because he did fumble that football.
So the officials are saying Zayden Foster cannot come back into the game, even though they've called timeout. That means Abednego Stevens would probably be the running back here on this 4th and goal. So there you look at Jackson. He almost made the defensive play of the game. 4th and goal. Stevens is the running back. Watch number 72 for Lutcher. Parkett, can he get into the backfield?
I think he keep the ball in the hands of Bryce Preston.
Stevens has it. He is going to be stopped, and the Lutcher Bulldogs are going to win. They are going to come away with a huge victory. Big defensive play for the Lutcher Bulldogs. Making that stop for Lutcher, Quantez Joseph. Wow, what a finish here tonight in Olympia Stadium.
Great stand that time by this Lutcher defense, but when you're in the goal line like that, Jeff, you cannot get a long, drawn-out play like that on the goal line with a draw play. You have to get something quick hitting, and get downhill fast, and they gave this Lutcher defense too much time to penetrate because that play took too long to develop.
Wow, what a play. And now Quantez Joseph will go out on the field. He played offensive line tonight because Caden Long was out. And now for Lutcher, they'll just have to run a play. They obviously don't want to down it in the end zone here. But, man, what a finish. As these two teams went toe-to-toe here tonight in Olympia. Great game for the freshman quarterback, Timmy Charles. People have been wondering what's wrong with the Lutcher Bulldogs tonight. Nothing. They come away with a victory over an improved Liberty squad. Fun football game tonight. What a way to kick off week 3 of the high school football season as Lutcher holds on for the 27-20 win over Liberty.
You can see how much this game meant to Lutcher. You see these guys celebrating, finally got that monkey off their back to get the first win of the season. Anytime you could come away with the victory and get the first win of the season, you can have a lot of momentum going into the future games.
We'll take a break when we come back. Our player of the game brought to you by the Louisiana Army National Guard. What a football game tonight in Baton Rouge.
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard, part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lnag.gov. lang-recruiting.com.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Lutcher defeats the Liberty Patriots here tonight, 27-20 in the LHSAA game of the week. It's now time to introduce you to our player of the game, brought to you by the Louisiana Army National Guard. Protect what matters. And how about a freshman quarterback as our player of the game, Terry?
Timmy Charles was composed. No pressure ever got to him this whole game. He did a great job, had control of his offense the entire game. It was a coming out party for Timmy Charles. He did a great job throwing the football, running the football. Did a great job leading his football team. Outstanding throw that time to Johnny Jones to get in the end zone, and he deserves to play of the game, and I believe he's going to move forward and do great things with his offense.
Take it away, Steve.
Yeah, we love doing this every week, but especially when it's a game that comes down to the wire. Take it away.
How y'all doing? My name is Sasson Butler with the Louisiana National Guard, and we want to present you with the Game of the Week trophy, man. Congratulations, bro. Thank you. Yeah, good game.
All right, let's talk to him. Timmy, I came to the first day of fall camp. You were getting some reps, but did you think you'd be in this role this soon in this season, your freshman year?
No, sir, but when you keep putting hard work and you just keep going and going, you always get what you need. And Coach Jenkins taught us a lot going throughout the season, the summer, the fall, the spring. You know, he just told us keep working and keep getting better.
So tell me, a week ago the offense couldn't score. What was the difference tonight for you guys and for you personally?
We had a different momentum, and we came out ready to play.
There have been some other famous young players at Lutcher. You have any favorite Lutcher players growing up and watching this program?
Dwayne Winfield.
Lunch. He won a state championship. Is that potential here with this team?
Yes, sir. We're going back to the dome.
All right. Our player of the game, Timmy Charles, freshman quarterback, Lutcher Bulldogs.
Great job, Steve. Great job, Timmy Charles, for him to come in here in this kind of an environment. Your team is 0-2, Derry. You have to go on the road. You're facing a team that's got a lot of confidence and liberty, and you just go out there and you ball out tonight. That's so impressive by that young man.
He talked about the momentum. He was still locked in that post-game interview.
Man, a few words, Derry. He let his actions speak for himself, but interesting second half compared to the first half, where I thought at one point both of these teams had a chance to score 40 points, but the defense has really dominated. This was a great play there by Timmy Charles, ended up throwing that pass out on the touchdown to Johnny Jones. Big play there for Liberty, but Lutcher did a nice job. They contained Foster enough in that second half. Huge play there by Caden Parquette.
They did a great job. It's a tale of two halves, and
yeah,
obviously a big stop right there at the end of the game.
Well, all right, now Steve Schneider has Dwayne Jenkins. Go, take it away, Steve.
Thank you, Steve Schneider. And, Coach, you're off the schneid.
Yeah, I guess it was great for these kids to come out and gain some confidence. I thought in the first half, offensively, we played really well. In the second half, they were able to limit the touches. I think we only had 2 possessions, and obviously the biggest play of the game was probably that muff punt, and I'd have to see the video to see if it ended up in the end zone to be a touchback, or did we recovered on the 1 and should have had it first and goal on the 1-yard line with a chance to punch it in and maybe put the game away. But it just seemed like in the second half we saw a lot of adversity, and our kids just answered the bell each and every time. and no bigger play than right there at the end. Quantez Joseph, he's a senior. I talked about him before the game because he was supposed to be our starting H-back. We had to move him to tackle where he played all of last year. And then we had to start playing him on defense again, and he comes up with the big tackle on 4th down.
And our guys say Parquette reminds him of Glenn Dorsey.
Parquette is a beast, and he's been that way since he was a freshman. If people don't remember, he started for us the quarterfinals, semis, and finals on the state championship team as a freshman.
And Timmy Charles said his favorite Bulldog was Lunch.
Well, he's an easy one to love, and that's the one that he grew up watching. So it's easy to see why Lunch is his favorite Bulldog, and he had a little lunch in him tonight. He made a couple of plays in that first half with his legs, and for a young guy to be that poised, to be able to make those plays, it's good for him to have that night tonight.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks. Back up to you guys.
Of course, Lunch Whitfield now with the Raging Cajuns. This was a good one, Derry, as we take a look at our final stats. And again, our stats brought to you by Coca-Cola Real Magic.
Look at the rushing yards from both teams. Lutcher, 222 yards, and Liberty, 211. So you knew the mindset with both teams coming to the game. It just boiled down to which defense would get the stop, and Lutcher ended up with that stop at the end of the game to get the first victory of the year.
Only 53 yards of offense for Lutcher in the second half. They did not score, so they got shut out last week. They come out and they score 27 points in the first half here tonight. They get shut out in the second half. But the most important thing for Lutcher, they got win number 1 on the season. And this will be a team that you have to watch out for as the season goes along. Well, that does it for our coverage of Week 3 of the LHSAA Network Game of the Week. Want to thank everyone involved in our broadcast. Jeff Schneider, our producer, Kim Giat, our director, Tommy Cooper, our statistician, Steve Schneider down on the sidelines for Derry Beckwith. I'm Jeff Palermo. Congratulations to the Lutcher Bulldogs. They get win number 1 on the season as they defeat the Liberty Patriots tonight at Olympia Stadium by the final score of 27-20. Next week, we're in Donaldsonville, Ascension Catholic in Dunham. Check us out again Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Until then, have a great night, everyone.
Buying online is easy, but not when it comes to buying medications. Counterfeit pills and other illicit substances are being laced with fentanyl. Kids are dying from these fake pills. Fentanyl is 50 times stronger than heroin. A lethal dose is smaller than a pencil point. Worse yet, medical professionals can't tell the difference between real pills and their counterfeits. Don't take anything that doesn't come from your doctor. Buying online can leave you flatlined.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
The LHSAA Network TV app features a 24/7 live channel as well as on-demand content with all the high school sports you want, and it's totally free. The app is available for download on TV-connected devices, including Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. It's the only place where every day is game day. Download the LHSAA Network TV app today.